Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bench Podcast. Joey here, Terrell there, and it is Super Bowl week. We went through that awkward and honestly kind of like ruleless and lawless week before the Super Bowl that I just never feels comfortable. And
Pro Bowl.
yeah, the Pro Bowl, yeah, played in a hangar somewhere. That was an embarrassment. Bill Belichick didn't make the Hall of Fame. Stuff like that happens, and it's just a weird week of the NFL. But here we are, Super Bowl week. It's happening. You got Seahawks, you got Patriots going to play in Santa Clara, Super Bowl 60, and we're all getting ready. Looks like everyone's getting healthy, and we're going to talk about the game today. I'm going to have Terrell in for this part, talking about the Patriots, basically kind of take it from the angle of if Patriots when this happens, and we'll kind of talk about them, their journey to the Super Bowl, and what we think of it. I know Terrell has some strong thoughts about their journey to the Super Bowl, and we'll get into that. And then tomorrow, but you'll be listening to this all together. But the Seahawks portion of this podcast will, of course, be with our resident Seahawks fan, Mr. Derek Vu, who is going to be waking up at 5:30 a.m. in some Asian country. I'm not even sure where he's at.
It's crazy.
To shoot a podcast with me tomorrow morning. And
dedication.
Of course, dedication. And that'll be right on the back end of this conversation with Terrell. Terrell, let's jump into it, man. 4-13 to 14-3. That's the story of the New England Patriots. And we're about to maybe not say some so positive things about them and their run, but just recognize that's an incredible turnaround. That's like the Raiders making the Super Bowl next year. Like, it's incredible. Yeah. They were terrible through and through. They spend a ton of money on defense and free agency. Of course, they have the kid Drake May, and of course Mike Vrabel, and they're bringing Josh McDaniels and the whole nine. And here they are in the Super Bowl, the easiest strength of schedule throughout the year. We've talked about this. Everyone's talking about this, and yet you can't have a conversation about the Super Bowl without it. Like, it's just the truth. In the playoffs, they play Justin Herbert. Which saved well Justin Herbert as an individual. The team was beat up and missing the tackles, whatnot. CJ Stroud with the 4 interceptions and just one of the most pitiful playoff performances we've ever seen. And then Terrell's boy, Jarrett Stidham, in Stiddy We Trust, going down all to the Broncos. Patriots are the first team in NFL history to have to be 9-0 on the road. 9-0 on the road.
Yep.
Beat 3 top 5 defenses. Only team to ever do that in the playoffs. It's a weird team to be in the playoffs. Let's just be honest. It's a feel-good story. It's fun, but it's one of those teams where it's like, I don't know. This just feels weird. It feels fraudulent. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, this, look, you got to beat the teams that are in front of you. You give them that. There are teams who had, weak schedules, and totally winnable games. That just didn't make it happen. I mean, you look at
Broncos.
You look at the Broncos. Broncos had the same thing. We had the second or third easiest strength of schedule, and look, both teams were in the second easiest strength of schedule, and both teams were in the title game. So look, it happens. You play a poor season the year before, and you get an easier schedule. I mean, like that's
right.
how it works.
Right.
So you can't knock them too bad. I mean, I'm not really talking about the regular seasons. The regular season is what it is on that. Like, you got to beat the teams that are in front of you. There are teams that didn't make it. You look at the Bengals had, games they should have won. The Lions didn't get in. They had games they should have. That Christmas Day game against the Vikings should have won. So there's teams that didn't get in and they lost completely winnable games. But it's the playoff run. I think the playoff run is the one we're looking at. You're talking about a Chargers offensive line that was just a bunch of practice squad guys, the lowest rated offensive line in the league. Going into that game,
Herbert had a broken hand.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't even look. I think the Chargers, it would have been definitely a different game if they had an offensive line. They had a chance to even protect Justin Herbert. So,
well, just look at what they were to start the season with Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater healthy.
Oh yeah, we were looking at them. We were thinking the Chargers would be the team representing the AFC in this game based on how they started the season, but they didn't have an offensive line. And of course, you look at the Texans. CJ Stroud was just awful in the playoffs. I mean, I don't know if you can even credit too much the defense on that. I mean, that's that's all him. I mean, even the Steelers were awful and they forced 5 turnovers against him. So, and then of course, the Denver game, losing Bo Nix, and then the Snow Bowl, of course, happening after that. So, but give them props. They've done just enough to win games. So the Patriots have made it this far. And look, the defense has been lights out. The defense has given up, I think, 9 points a game in the playoffs. So they are balling right now. You got to give the defense kudos there. But let's look at the big question mark, Drake May, right? He is not good at all in the playoffs.
58% completion percentage in the playoffs. Just 670 yards. That's 224 per game. 4 touchdowns and 4 turnovers. 19 punts. Yeah, he hasn't been good. He hasn't been good. Has not put up very good numbers. I did want to show you this though, Terrell. And this is not like a gotcha thing, but this is just interesting to me. The Super Bowl quarterbacks right here in their playoff runs. Obviously, the Patriots played that extra game because the Seahawks were a number 1 seed. But still, 4 touchdowns apiece. Just what's that? 50 more yards, 2 interceptions more. But look at that passer rating. It's obvious here Sam Darnold has been in one less game. You imagine one more game for Sam Darnold, who threw for 346 and 3 touchdowns in the championship game, is probably blowing these numbers out the water.
Yeah.
He pretty much matched his stats in 2 games. And so I think it's a real, and it's weird to say because Drake May is actually the MVP candidate and Sam Darnold is the one who, people are clowning on. But this seems like very David and Goliath here as far as like talent at the quarterback position, how they're playing right now. And I think that's what you're referring to.
Yeah. I mean, he's not played great. He's averaging, getting just over, just about 1 touchdown a game.
Yeah.
It's not great. You're talking about an offense that did not look good in the AFC Championship game. Didn't even look great. It really hasn't looked great at all playoffs. And so that's the big question mark. We know what the defense can do. I mean, those linebackers can make plays. You're solid at the corner position too as well. So like they are all over the field. As far as that defense, they are very fast. That Patriots defense. So we know they're solid there.
Real quick, would you say they're going to face their hardest offense of the playoffs, though?
Oh, without a question.
Yeah,
without a question. I mean,
because they've also, they've also faced some pretty easy situations. I think it's the defense is probably a little overrated right now. The Patriots defense, I think, is a little bit overrated just because I think they're good, but I think they've looked great because of who they played.
Right.
Like I don't think it's close. I think the Seahawks clearly have a better defense, but Seahawks are playing the Rams and, like the NFC gauntlet. And so I don't know. I don't know if that's, I know I've seen a lot of people being like, well, the defenses are a wash. Like, I don't know about that. Like they're not the same path here.
Defenses aren't a wash because you've got your starting offensive line, your starting quarterback, you've got offensive line there, and you've got this running game. I mean,
yeah.
It's gonna be difficult to stop the run. I mean, you're talking about you went up against Denver. Denver has had no running game all season long. And then you've got Houston, whose running game was the only thing that was kind of keeping them afloat throughout the season, with CJ Stroud not playing great at the tail end of the season. And so that's it's got to come down to them being able to stop the run. If they can't stop the run, it's going to be a long game for the Patriots. But look, I mean,
have they run the ball well at all this postseason? Like Ramondre and I'm looking up right now. Go ahead.
No, I mean, you look at AFC Championship game, Drake May was your leading rusher. I think like 64 rushing yards in that game. So they didn't run the ball well in a game that they should have been, running the ball. You had to run the ball. Run the ball great. So that's really the keys for the Patriots to win this game. They're going to have to control the tempo. They got to be able to run the ball against this Seahawks defense. They got to have long, sustained drives that end in touchdowns. You're not going to kick field goals against the Seahawks team and win the game. You got to make the Seahawks play. You got to make them play from behind. You got to put the ball in Sam Darnold's hands. That's your
Yeah.
best shot at winning the game. And look, I think we've been able to say his career, majority of his career, oh, he's not gonna go out and put the ball in his hand. He's got to go win you the game, and not turn the ball over. We're able to say that. But this season, he has come up clutch in big games. He's got 4 must-win games so far this season, and he's 4-0 in those games. You look at the Thursday night game against the Rams, came out with the win. The Saturday night against the Niners for the division, and of course these 2 playoff games. So he's been great in a Seahawks uniform, but that's your best chance for the Patriots, is to make Sam Darnold be the X factor for the Seahawks,
and then turn him over, force that position, and then turn him over. Yeah.
And that was my other point, is you have to win the turnover battle, at least one. I mean, that's what happened. In the Denver game. I know they won it 2-0 in the turnover battle, but that Stidham fumble was the game. So
right.
I think if you can win the turnover battle, and you can at least by at least one, and then you got to be able to run the ball, I think, for 100 yards this game. You got to put 100 yards on the ground. You got to win the turnover battle by 1 point, and you got to make Seattle play from behind, which is long, extended drives that end in touchdowns. That's going to be the key to success here for the Patriots.
Yeah, the puzzling thing about the Seahawks, the Patriots, and specifically this offense, is that Drake May's numbers in the regular season he was a Super Bowl candidate for a reason. Like 4,400 passing yards, 31 passing TDs to 8 interceptions, ran for 450 yards, 4 touchdowns, and without really a real wide receiver one. I know Stephon Diggs had a great year, but I'm going to put a lot of that toward Drake May, not just Stephon Diggs' resurgence. And yet in the playoffs, we've been through his numbers already. And the reason that it matters, and Patriot fans can't just we're not playing those teams anymore. Well, the Seahawks, top 5 defense, top 5 total defense, 47 sacks. The Seahawks are that team too. The Seahawks are every bit of the defense that they just faced. And so you're going to need to. This game's a lot to me on Drake May. I know they do need to run the ball, and what you said about turnover Sam Darnold and stuff like that. But Drake May's gonna have to make plays. Sam, we're gonna talk about the Seahawks and everything with Derek, but they just survived a shootout with the LA Rams with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams and the running game and the MVP at quarterback. That's what they just did. And so that point you make about hey, no field goals, they're playing that kind of team on Sunday. You're playing a team where you're gonna have to pick up points, and I don't care how. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson's been inefficient all year long. Henderson, Trayvon Henderson, he's been dynamic, but those are few and far between, those plays. It's not like that's happening every week. It's gonna be Drake May. Drake May is gonna need to show up in this game and throw for 300 plus yards and throw for 2 or more touchdowns and take care of the football and do what he did last week with his legs. And he's gonna need to be that dude. He's going to need to be the Super Bowl MVP for them. They don't have any other. It's very similar to that Broncos team. If this was the Broncos moving on, I would say the same thing about Bo Nix. Oh, this is going to need to be Bo Nix. It's going to need to be Bo Nix. And we've seen Bo Nix do that before. We've never seen Drake May do that before. We've never seen Drake May have to keep up with a team that's with a JSN and a Kenneth Walker. We haven't seen that before. So I think I agree with you all the points you made, but to me, all eyes on Drake May.
No, and that's the thing, is their secondary's got their hands full with JSN, because they've not seen this type of receiver all postseason. I mean, you're going up against the likes of Courtland Sutton and Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey and and Jalen Noel. These are the type of the receivers that you're going to get, and they're not scrubs, but those are all certified number 2s.
Right.
On the 7. Some of them wouldn't even be. It would be the number 3 receiver,
right,
in Seattle. So, look, JSN is going to be a handful for this Patriots secondary, and then of course Kenny Walker in the backfield, and then let's not forget, a guy like Rashid Shaheed, who's a game breaker.
Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah.
That special
Yeah.
the special teams for Seattle, and they're coming for in the special teams. So you gotta watch out for that. I know they're gunning for some kick returns and punt returns. I think right now no punt return. I believe never in Super Bowl. If I'm
Is
not
it still
mistaken.
no punt return?
Yeah,
I know
no
there's
punt
kick
return.
returns, but no punt
Yeah,
return.
we got the kick
You
return, but
got
I
it.
think no.
You got a dude. You got a dude who can do it.
Yeah, so I mean, they're coming for it. So it's the Patriots have their hands full in this game, but if they're gonna win this game, those are the things you have to do. And I mean, look, I, I don't like the refs being in the game, but this is a game where they can't get penalties. Like this is a game where the refs need to let them play. Like refs need the Patriots to be able to, like, you can't, because JSN is going to be a handful, and this is the type of game where hey look, the Patriots are going to need every break they can get,
Yeah.
and penalties are going to be the big one too. Refs got to let the Patriots play in this one if they're going to have a shot to win this game.
Last thing I'll say about what the Patriots need to do to win this game is I think they also need to, and that you kind of alluded to this, but I want to make sure I say it plainly. They need to limit these big plays, these JSN, Shaheed big plays. They need to make this offense methodically work down the field. If the Patriots are going to score, it needs to be on a 10-plus play drive.
Yep.
Because you not double, but you increase the amount of chances Sam Darnold has to make a mistake, or your defense to cause a turnover, something like that. But you can't be giving up long plays to Shaheed and dagger touchdowns to JSN. Like that can't happen this game. That's gonna in turn to put all that pressure back on your offense, who really isn't that kind of offense and definitely has been in the playoffs. And so I just want to throw that out there real quick because that's kind of what the Seahawks and Kubiak have turned into, is this team that can run the ball, and then when they take their shots, it's devastating with Shaheed and JSN. I wanted to bring, before anything else on that, before I bring up one more thing.
Yeah, go for it.
I think it's hilarious that Mike Vrabel spent all that time in Tennessee with all these win ugly teams and, gave people hell, but never climbed the mountain, never, was never ever able to beat KC or the Bills or the Ravens or those kind of teams and reach the Super Bowl. I was looking back at what he did there, reached the playoff 3 consecutive years, coach of the year, got to the AFC Championship game a couple times and just was never able to get past that. And so no wonder this week he's like, I don't care how we got here. I'm here and I do not care. And so in that sense, yeah, of course. Do you see someone else ask them if some reporter asked them if it's a must-win game?
Like at that point, you're just like, you're just trolling.
To his credit, he answered it he gave a real answer, which is you said what, bro? Is this the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's a must win. No, you know what? We can afford to lose this. We'll be back in 10 years.
Pat Surtain, your boy, predicted the game. I'll let him share his pick before you share yours. Pat Surtain, when asked his score prediction for Seahawks Patriots, 35-7 Seattle.
Yeah.
He's not salty.
Oh no, yeah. Look, that whole Denver defense is we're Nick Benito said the same thing after the game. We were a really better team. It's frustrating. I mean, I would have rather the Patriots. I would have rather happen what you predicted. You predicted the Patriots walk in there and be a bloodbath, and they would beat up on us. To lose like that, knowing this defense virtually shut out this this Patriots offense. I mean, they dominated them in every facet of the game. Right. And if your quarterback doesn't fumble the football, I mean, that's it. I mean, we talk about the fourth down play, but you
talk about the fourth down play. They both directly resulted in 3 points. So pick the one you want.
Yeah, exactly. So, but either way, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I'm with Surtain. I think this is going to be a beatdown game. This is going to be shades of their last Super Bowl win against my Broncos. This is going to be on the level of 43-8 type of game. My final score prediction, I'm going to say Seahawks win this one 31-10.
Oh my God.
31-10. But look, this game will take off in the third quarter. Mid-third quarter, this game will take off. I think at halftime of this game,
6-3.
No. Halftime of this game, it's 14-10 halftime.
Okay.
I got Seattle up 14-10 at halftime.
Okay.
And then they blow this out of the water.
That's real. I dove into this game. I dove into these teams. I don't think it's a mismatch that I once thought it was. I think the Patriots have certain things where they match up well against the Seattle Seahawks. And the biggest thing for me, I'm looking at it right now, Patriots D has allowed 124 rushing yards total to running backs in the playoffs. I think if Kenneth Walker can't get going, and I don't think he will, because that's just what Mike Vrabel does, it's going to be Sam Darnold against this defense. And I know I had a conversation with Big Smitty, and he's there. Like, he's not doubting the guy anymore. And to a point, I'm not either. But when he has to be the guy to win the game, I'm not doing it. I'm going Patriots in this game. I think Patriots win the game. I think it's a close game. I don't think anyone's getting blown out. These defenses are too good for anyone to get blown out. I think it's close, literally all the way through. And I think we end up with 24-21. I'm going Pats to win the Super Bowl. The same week Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft don't make the Hall of Fame. When Tom Brady says, I don't have a dog in the race. Everyone's turning their back on New England. I think they win the Super Bowl. I think they upset the Seahawks. I saw NFL.com today. They had all their writers. It was like 20-some writers. I saw 2 picking the Patriots. And I just think, man, anytime this happens, and you give a team like that kind of bulletin board material, I think Vrabel's the wrong guy to do it to, and I think this team's the wrong team to do it. It's a bunch of outcasts. Misfit, 1-year deal guys, and once upon a time, the 2017 Eagles were the same way. And I think they're gonna get it done, man. I really do.
So we're taking the second-year quarterback's gonna go in there, and the Patriots and the Seahawks are not gonna get redemption for Super Bowl 49.
No, there's not a single person left from either of those.
No Super Bowl 49 redemption. They're coming back, and they're all right.
Yeah, I don't think literally not a single guy is going to be on the field from that unless they're wearing a suit.
No, look, I hope this game comes down to the same exact thing. Like, I hope it's, you're right. I hope it's Patriots are up 24-21 and they got the ball on the 1-yard line.
You see them ask Sam Darnold?
Kenny Walker is, and Sam Darnold said, throw the ball. Yeah.
How many timeouts? I see that's what got you in trouble the first time.
Yep.
Give us to Kenny Walker, big dog. All right, that's our show today. The Patriots will win if, and thanks, Terrell, for breaking this down with us. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll get back with Mr. Derek Vu breaking down the Seahawks will win if, and Terrell's going to dip. We'll get Derek's pick. I'm going to break his heart with my pick, and but he'll be happy about your pick. So should be a good time. Thanks for everyone watching, and I'll see you in a second. But rank those year 2 quarterbacks. You're starting a franchise today, and you need a dude.
Hey, I'm going Drake May. I know he's struggling right now, but I think he can make any throw on the field. He's athletic, leader, teammates love him. If I got to pick one of those guys, I'm going Drake May number 1, Jaden Daniels number 2. Everybody want to forget what Jaden Daniels is. Just last year as a rookie, he's in the NFC Championship game. Number 3 this is where it gets a little hairy. Number 3.
That's tough.
Damn. I'm gonna go Caleb Williams because at the end of the day, he's the most talented of the group. And I'm gonna go Bo Nix last. Bo Nix is just like a veteran guy, played in college forever. He's smart. He's in a good system for him. And I think that's what's working. If I'm just starting a franchise, I don't know if Bo Nix is the guy that I can just be all right. Let's build around Bo. I don't know.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bench Podcast. Joey here, Derek there. Derek, where the hell are you?
I am currently in Netherlands, aka Holland, aka the Dutch.
Wow. And it is what time?
It's 6 a.m., but we got to do it for the pod.
I'm telling you what, guys. Listen, if for no other reason, this man is getting up at the butt crack of dawn. He has a flight in 2 hours, or is leaving at least for his flight in 2 hours, and back to America. But he's here to talk about, you see the hat, his Seahawks back in the Super Bowl once again. Seahawks Patriots, something that I'm sure he's very familiar with, something he's grown up with, maybe has the best of memories and the worst of memories of. And we're going to get into Super Bowl number 60 with Derek. Before we do that, if you're listening here on the audio for the first time, leave a review. Help us out with one of those. If you're watching on YouTube for the first time, like, subscribe, notifications, all those different things that you do on YouTube. But thanks for hanging out with us. Wrapping up season number 3 of the Bench Podcast. We're glad you're here. Immediately after the Super Bowl, we are jumping into off-season talk, how to fix every single team. We'll have all those episodes out before the legal tampering period free agency live stream, I believe on March 9th. But a lot of stuff coming. We're jumping right into the offseason, into the draft, free agency, all of it. So make sure you're subscribed. And then follow us on social media at Bench Show on all platforms. Seahawks are back in the big one, man. They're back in this big game in Santa Clara. Extra little cherry on top. You're playing in the 49ers home stadium, so that feels nice.
Yeah, man, we got probably the most poetic playoff road. We're facing our 2 top division rivals, San Francisco and LA. And then we get to go to San Francisco's home stadium and hopefully avenge our loss from 11 years ago. Hey, Joey, do you know the last time the Seahawks won the Super Bowl? Do you know how many years ago that was?
Okay, I'm going to guess. It's going to be longer than I thought. I'm going to guess 2026, I think 2018.
No, it's 2014.
14.
And you know how many years ago that was? It was 12.
It's 12 years ago. Wow. See, yeah. I knew it. I knew it was going to be longer than I thought. It's been 12 years since the Hawks won a Super Bowl.
We're destined, baby.
That's crazy.
We're the 12s. It's 12 years since our last Super Bowl.
Oh, my God. Of course.
Come on, man.
You're due. It's
There's no way we lose.
Like they used to say on Recess, so let it be said, so let it be done. I don't know if you know that reference, so put in the chat if you do. You watched Recess growing up, Derek?
I did. I don't remember that.
That's the king of the playground who sat on his little throne. So let it be said, so let it be done. Anyway, I digress. But talking about stories, man, honestly, I've been diving into Sam Darnold's story and how he got here. And it's honestly amazing what this guy's been through. Jets traded him. Remember, he started with Adam Gase. Remember that guy?
Oh, the guy who got a second
Weird
job for no
press
reason.
Conference. Yeah. Adam Gase. Panthers let him walk. He's in, on the Panthers, Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. They don't know what the hell they're doing. 49ers had him as a backup. Won 14 games with the Vikings, and they weren't convinced on him. Now he's back in the Super Bowl, 14 more dubs and a trip to the Super Bowl. I couldn't be happier for Sam Darnold. I feel like it hasn't really been a story leading up into the Super Bowl, how amazing he's been, how much of a story of redemption it is. This is like if Kirk Cousins was going through all those he can't play in the big game woes and then just up and makes a Super Bowl. That's what we're looking at here. That's what Sam Darnold has done. And yeah, he's not the perfect quarterback. He's flawed for sure. But he's doing it right now and he's getting it done. And when you look back at, the history of Super Bowls and playoff runs, you're not going to remember that his 1 or 2 flaws. You're going to remember that he played his best ball when his best ball required. 346, if I'm not mistaken, last week. 3 tutties, no interceptions, going toe-to-toe with the Rams. The Rams defense seeing him for the 3rd time. Darnell Smith, Big Smitty, said on our show last week, and I'm right there with him. I'm done with this guy can't play in the bright lights thing. He's done it. He's done it when it's required. Are you there as well? Do you full trust?
I mean, look, like you're right. He is a little flawed, but I am so done with he can't play in big games. You know who else can't play in big games? Dak Prescott. All right. Justin Herbert. Yeah. Kirk Cousins was widely regarded as elite, and he never went better than like 10-6. Okay. Yep. Sam Darnold has won 14 games 2 years in a row. And you can't do that with bad quarterbacks. All
Yep.
right. You know who also hasn't won big games? Lamar, Josh Allen. So save it. Right?
Yep.
It's an old narrative, and it's overblown. All right. And you know what else? This is a PSA. I am so sick to the rest of the world of the Sam seeing ghosts comment. Jesus Christ. He said that 8 years ago. All right. And people think they're so fucking clever.
8 years ago. Think about that.
Oh, seeing ghosts. We're gonna make them see ghosts. That's how we win. I'm like, dude, shut up. All right.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you're still in that bandwagon of Sam Darnold is any of those things, you're just kind of an idiot. You're not paying attention to what's going on in the NFL because the guy is getting it done. And but not the only one getting done, man. Tell me about this defense, bro. Top 5 scoring, top 5 total defense, 47 sacks. I mean,
yeah, man. Obviously we have like we had a historical defense in the LOB. This defense is right up there with them. It really starts with the D line.
Yeah.
The D line depth. DeMarcus Lawrence is probably one of the most underrated free agent signings. I remember we were talking about him. I was like, all right, we'll see what he still has left.
Right.
He's been awesome. His motor just to get back into plays is insane. There's so many plays. My favorite play this year, it was against the Vikings where he got chipped and double teamed by the running back, falls to the ground. The quarterback scrambles out, and then DeMarcus Lawrence gets back up, runs all the way and chases him down and strip sacks him from behind.
Yes, sir.
That was my favorite play. Leonard Williams.
Oh, Lenny's been good,
dude. His first time in the playoffs. He's elite. And then also Byron Murphy. He was our first defensive player taken in last year's draft. He's got this weird they call it the corkscrew move, where he gets double teamed right off rip, right to one knee, and then corkscrews up, and then just doesn't double team doesn't even move him.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Your D line is balling out. I want to ask about one guy though. It came out yesterday. We saw the video of Nicky Manwari limping. Did not practice today. Thursday. We're recording this on a Thursday. Start me off with a level of worry 1 to 10. 10 being the most.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably a 6.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be 100%, and it sucks because this kid is incredible. He is. You put him anywhere, he's going to make an impact. He had the back-to-back pass deflections on Puka Nacua near the end of the first half last week, and 2 weeks ago, and that gave us the ball back, which is crazy. And then we scored a touchdown. So his impact is immense. He's just every time he makes a play, man, he just pops off the screen.
He's not the household name yet, but I was thinking about it earlier. I think I could make a compelling argument that a healthy Nicky Manwari might be the best defensive player in the game, as far as like in the Super Bowl, like on either team. Like I think he might be that good.
I totally.
No one knows who he is yet.
Yeah, and probably no one can pronounce his name either. But
true.
I'm super excited for him and his future. Him and Witherspoon in our defensive backfield is just an insane matchup problem for anybody. Like they can do anything. They can blitz. They can cover. They can spy. They could just do it all.
Yeah, and we've seen. We talked about with Terrell. If you're watching this and looking for a Patriots point of view, did that with Terrell. It's on the channel. Check it out. But we talked about Drake May and his playoff run. How he's been. Listen, 4 TDs, 4 turnovers, 19 punts, just 58 completion percentage. And people say, well, he's faced historically tough defenses, and it's just bad luck for him. Well, guess what, man? Here come the Seahawks. Here come the Seahawks in good weather. And it doesn't get any easier. It doesn't get easier at all. And I think you're playing a team with a lot of confidence, man. It's a lot of guys like Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence. I feel like these vets are playing so free. There's not uptight. It's not like it's house money. It's important to them, but it just feels like it's a group of guys where it's just like they're just free and loose. And these kind of teams are dangerous in a game like the Super Bowl.
Our defense right now is like in a flow state. Like
I
know we gave up a lot of we gave up a lot of yards to the Rams, gave a lot of points, but it's the Rams. They're the number one offense, right? Matt Stafford, MVP, just came out today, so we can put down the Drake May nonsense. All right, for MVP.
Yes.
So look, our defense is in flow state that so much that they're so together, they're not going to allow this game to be a blowout. They're always going to be in this game no matter what. It's either going to be a close game because of the Seahawks defense, or it's going to be a blowout. Right? It just can't go the other way. The Patriots don't have the weapons to do it. Honestly, they have good weapons. They just don't have the weapons to really stretch the field like the Rams, right? Where we got to worry about Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, even, right?
I mean, let's get into it. Let's get into some of those. Like, what would you say of this? Because we know there's obviously going to be a lot of strengths on the defensive side for the Seahawks. But like, what matchup are you not concerned? But what would you like? Hey, that if we're going to get beat, maybe that one could beat us.
It's going to be Drake May's legs. We haven't really faced a scrambling quarterback yet this year, mostly because our defensive line is so together. They don't allow many holes for runners, right? But if Drake May is able to extend plays, we haven't really faced a guy like that this year. That said, our defensive line is elite with only rushing 4. Didn't really do it against the Rams, but everyone else we've been just dominating, right?
Yeah.
Though if you see a lane, it closes quick. So if this Patriots are able to hang around and make this a game, it's going to have to be through Drake May's legs.
Right. 4.5-point favorite still. Line hasn't moved. Opened at 3.5, I think, and now went to 4.5. ESPN's giving them a 60% chance to win this game. They're obviously the heavy favorites to win the Super Bowl. A lot of people are even calling for a blowout. I know Terrell called for a blowout. He thinks it's going to be BTA, belt to ass. As an Eagle fan last year who experienced that, I hope for you too. It's just a stress-free celebration. It's fantastic. But Patriots got a defense as well. It's not a pusher. I would say it's marginally better than the Rams defense. I think more complete than that Rams defense. I think Rams have some major holes in the secondary. And any concern with something on the defense that could hurt our offense, that could maybe trouble Sam Darnold, something like that?
The only thing that really worries me is, and it's been the whole year, is our right guard, Anthony Bradford. He's had some good games. Had some good games, but he's going to go against everybody's talking about Milton Williams.
Yep.
You probably know him because he's from the Eagles, right?
Yes, sir.
So he's been a game wrecker in these playoffs for sure. So him going against Anthony Bradford just needs to not let him have an MVP type day. I think we'll be able to go. I think we'll be able to attack the middle of their defense. If there's a place to attack, like they do have a good secondary. Christian Gonzalez, no joke. Did they release the All Pros yet? He should be All Pro.
I saw him get cooked last week over and over again against the Broncos. I was about to say, and he is a great player. I'm not saying he's trash.
Yeah,
crazy
you're right.
Like that.
The first half he was not good.
Yeah,
right? But then he got the snow. He got basically that lollipop of a pick. But he's been a good player. Typically.
All that to say, I think JSN's gonna cook this dude. I think he's gonna cook. If that's their plan, I would honestly be a little bit more concerned with was it Carlton Davis, the other cornerback they have?
So yeah, he's an aggressive one, right? Like JSN. If there's anybody that like JSN, marginally doesn't do as well against is the aggressive corners.
Yeah, I like Carlton Davis. He's a vet. He's all confidence, all cockiness, all show. One of those kind of quarterbacks. Definitely not going to be afraid of the moment. Is much more of the vocal leader than Christian Gonzalez. And I think that's who I mean, if I was the Patriots, that's what I would do. I would put Carlton Davis over there on JSN and just let Gonzalez, I think, pretty much shut out Cooper Kupp and just kind of play that game. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It's gonna be interesting.
They won't let him do that, honestly. Like
really?
they line up JSN in so many places. Like are you gonna put Carlton Davis on the back?
Well, that's another thing. The Kubiak experience we're all witness here. This guru, this prodigy. We're about to see it. I feel like the nation is going to be introduced to the Seahawks. Like we don't know this team. We don't know this team. We don't know this defense. We're all going to learn who the hell is on this defense. No one
I'm
knows.
excited for it, man. But the thing is, I will say, Kubiak, sometimes
Uh-oh.
I just need you to run the ball, man. And I get it. We have JSN, Offensive Player of the Year, but
Yeah.
just run the ball. Like
Right.
we are so good when we are like forced to run the ball, effective or not. We just can't be too pass happy. There were times this year that he did that, and when that's when we had two running backs. But
How has he been through the playoffs? Like, how do you feel with the play calling during the playoffs?
He's been pretty awesome, man. Like,
Okay.
I can't lie. He's the two playoff games. There's not much to complain about offensively. I will say the last game of the season, it was for the NFC West at San Francisco. I think it was the first drive. We have first and goal at the 1. And guess what? We're the best team at passing on the 1. We got sacked for 9 yards.
Oh, damn.
All right. I will say, okay,
No.
for all the bettors out there is a prop. Will the Seahawks pass at the 1 yard line for plus 650?
Of course.
And you need to throw money on that. Okay.
Yeah.
Just for the shits and gigs.
Yep.
Throwing money on it. I don't want them to.
Asked about that.
No, I didn't see that.
He was asked about that situation. He obviously referring back to the Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch play that we all know and love. He was asked, "What would you do in that situation?" And he immediately asked, "How many timeouts do we have? What's the situation?" Wrong answer. It's a wrong answer, bro. Turn around and hand that sucker off to Kenny Walker. Let him do the deed. I agree with you. I think that could be maybe where the Seahawks possibly beat themselves. Maybe I don't know. I don't know this coaching staff as well as you do. As an Eagle fan, though, I think sometimes Sirianni would try to prove a point with Jalen Hurts. I hope that's not at all in the mind of Clint Kubiak to try to prove a point with Sam Darnold and maybe get him to be a little. Sometimes coaches want certain players to win the MVP, stuff like that. And don't get caught up in that.
What's going to happen. I hope it's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Kubiak, he's got a good mind for a balanced offense. You just got to stick with it.
Wanted to look at this real quick, tail of the tape for the two quarterbacks going into Sunday's Super Bowl 60. You see Sam Darnold there matching the touchdowns, about 50 yards off in the yards in one less game. Also, the no interceptions. Let's stop and talk about that because that's not exactly something that he had cured this year. 14 picks this year, I believe. But in the playoffs, 0 picks. That's massive. Massive.
Yeah, man. A guy for a guy who has an oblique injury, he hasn't really put the ball in harm's way. I don't even remember a pass that should have been intercepted, honestly.
Right.
So you could have replaced that interceptions with turnovers. Sam Darnold 0 turnovers still. I think Drake May's got 4 or 5. I forget
that's
how many.
Just lost fumbles. He's put the ball on the ground.
The lost fumbles, right? So you should have done the blind player reveal on this one. Like, this is an obvious one.
Yeah.
Looking at this.
Last thing I want to show you here, Derek, and I'm gonna let you go, man. But of that historic 2018 class, I believe, Sam Darnold, first quarterback to make the Super Bowl. Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Sammy Buckets is the dude to do it. Just want to point that out. I think it's massive. I think that's
yeah,
I think we're missing it. I think the nation is missing what we're seeing in Sam Darnold here.
It's an exciting time to be a Seahawks fan. I hope they got to capitalize because you never know when this window closes.
Yep.
Just look at the Lions. They thought they'd probably be here for years, and at this point, you kind of just don't know what their future is.
Right.
So, I hope the Seahawks capitalize. I hope they have fun this week.
Let's go through the motion of making picks here, even though we know what's happening. I want your pick and your score.
Okay, let me think about this.
Yeah, it's okay.
Seahawks for sure.
Seahawks.
Yeah. Seahawks for sure. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, do it to them.
33-16.
Those are gunshots. That's a spanking in the Super Bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and listen. I'm fickle. I talked about the Patriots a bunch, and I started to think maybe the Patriots. I don't know. Maybe they can do it. Maybe this veteran defense steps up and it just plays big in a big game. But man, you look both of these teams. You got to go with the Seahawks here. I'm going with the Hawks to pull this one out. I'm going Super Bowl MVP Kenny Walker. And I'm going 28-21 Seahawks winning Super Bowl number 60, and Sam Darnold entering a new conversation in NFL quarterbacks. And it's going to be glorious,
Yes,
man. It's
sir.
going to be glorious. That's all I got, bro. You got anything else? Any final words? This is your last time on the podcast before the big game.
No, man. If you're not a Seahawks fan, it's time to jump on now. All right. So,
Yeah, baby. Go Hawks.
Yeah, go Hawks, baby.
All right, guys. We will see you again. This is our last show. We will see you again post Super Bowl with the recap. Go Hawks. I think it's Hawks across the board on the podcast, and so that always goes well. We hope they win. We hope we see that parade in Seattle, and who knows? Maybe Derek's going out to Seattle to go to that parade. We'll see. We'll see. He's that kind of fan because it's 6 a.m. in Holland, and my guy's on the phone talking Super Bowl. I love it, bro. I love you for that. And that's all we got, guys. Peace. Have a great Super Bowl weekend. Derek, see you, bro.
See you.